Lawmakers are already working on ways to keep supporting Ukraine by way of a separate bill. ABC's White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks is on the North Lawn with more. Good morning to you, Mary Alice. There is a real political fight here over Ukraine.
Remember, it was just 9 days ago that President Zelensky was here in Washington getting support in the Oval Office and on Capitol Hill trying to make his case.
Saturday, lawmakers passed a plan to keep the government open, but only for another 45 days. And already we're seeing Democrats and Republicans at odds over how to fund the government beyond that. The short-term deal only funds the government for 45 days. President Biden is calling on Republican Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, to ensure this time billions in Ukraine aid makes the cut.
Overwhelming number of Republicans and Democrats in both the House and the Senate who support Ukraine. Let's vote on it. Stop playing games.
But on Face the Nation, McCarthy says the only way that's happening is if Democrats agree to bolster border security. That includes resuming construction of the border wall and reforming the nation's asylum laws.
Going to make sure that the weapons are provided for Ukraine, but they're not going to get some big package if the border is not secure.
Illinois Congressman Mike Quigley was the only Democrat to vote no yesterday. This morning, he told WGN it's because the measure didn't include funding for Ukraine.
We took Ukraine funding out to continue to function. It sent a loud and clear message, not just to Putin in Beijing and to Zelensky, but to our allies. It was a bad day.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, binaries and non, it is your boy, Kevin of Swervin' Media. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. I'm coming live from the United States of the Ukraine. We are here, baby. We're taking charge. We're in this shit. You know, the government's doing its same old shit. Oh, we're about to have a shutdown. Oh, there's not enough money. Oh, we need to do this. We need to do that. Not gonna vote for that. We're not gonna get that. We're gonna just keep in lockstep and nothing ever fucking gets done.
When we're out of money, we're not gonna be able to pay the military.
You know, there's always these huge spending bills. This bullshit happens every year. But this year... the Democrats only seem to be focused on one thing.
Did the president get all he was hoping for out of this bill?
He didn't, because there isn't aid for Ukraine in it. The president had requested more than $20 billion of additional aid, and that's not there. Now, having said that, there is a promise from Charles Schumer in the Senate that he believes he and Mitch McConnell will work together to include Ukraine aid at a later point.
NBC News now reporting that one senator is holding up the bill, concerned about aid to Ukraine. The House passed the 45-day stopgap funding measure with bipartisan support earlier today. The bill includes money for disaster relief, keeps the government open until November 17th. What the bill does not include is aid to Ukraine.
I don't have any idea whether the money for Ukraine, for example, is in the bill. It sounds to me like it's not in the bill. Mm-hmm. And I guess one thing I would worry a lot about is if we come back here in 45 days and there is no way to get these right-wing, extremists in his party to support the continued funding for Ukraine, which is the whole world is watching this. Vladimir Putin's watching this. All of our allies in Europe and Asia are watching this. Xi Jinping is watching this. And these guys can't even do the basic work of governing.
So funny how that guy, he's literally about to say the right-wing warmongers, but then he has to stop himself because he has to go, oh, wait, we are the warmongers now.
These right-wing, extremists.
Sorry, right-wing extremists. You always gotta throw that into the mix. But I don't know. It seems to me like the fucking Republicans, they were saying, we want money for the border. If you do that for us, we will, give you your fucking weapons. And then... dude, that didn't happen. The lady before that last man was like, they had money for disasters. Well, thank fucking God. What the fuck just happened out in Maui? And there's disasters happening all the fucking time here due to fucking who even knows what the fuck is actually going on in this country in these days. And then they're like, but the money's not there for Ukraine. It's like, hey, motherfuckers. We are in the United States of America. He was saying, oh, they don't know how to govern. Hey, we're governing this fucking country. And he's saying Xi Jinping's watching, Vladimir Putin's watching. I don't know, dude. But if I was in like a beef or a war with someone, then I see that, oh, the person that I'm in war with, the other half of the side that they're like incongruent with, they don't like each other, but they're on the same team. They're deciding not to fund the war against me. So I think that in my eyes, it's a good thing. I don't know. Like, peace talks, anything like that? No, these motherfuckers are extremists, and they don't give a fuck about anything except blowing this goddamn world up, and I fucking hate these motherfuckers. Send your own kids or fucking grandchildren to go fight these fucking wars, or send Dianne Feinstein out of her fucking grave to Ukraine, and she can go fight these motherfuckers out there. No more motherfuckers going out there and dying for pointless ass dumb shit.
It was the first time in modern history
Very significant moment on the world stage
that an American president went into a war zone not controlled by the United States.
A nearly 40-hour journey in and out of Ukraine.
President Biden left Washington, D.C. at 4 a.m. on Sunday. He landed in eastern Poland and then took a 9.5-hour train to Kyiv.
He entered Ukraine under the cover of night. And in the morning, Joe Biden walked shoulder to shoulder with our allies in the war-torn streets, standing up for democracy in a place where a tyrant is waging war to take it away.
Air raid sirens blared as the two men walked together.
In the middle of a war zone, Joe Biden showed the world what America is made of.
Isn't that just beautiful? It's like, hey, bitches, no matter what you do, no matter what shots you take, no matter what kind of music you put behind it, you're never gonna make Biden look badass or cool. And dude, y'all remember that shit? He went there that day on fucking President's Day in the United States. Like, what more fucking evidence do you need to see that we are straight bought and sold, and the interests by the motherfuckers running this country are not the interests for the people in this country? For the fact that he's over there on President's Day, like, dude, I don't know, this shit is fucking retarded.
Next tonight to President Biden and Ukraine's President Zelensky, both here in New York, both on the world stage, and both pleading for continued help for Ukraine, warning of the consequences if countries tire of their help for that country.
With President Zelensky watching on, President Biden rallying America's allies at the United Nations, urging them not to abandon Ukraine.
Russia believes that the world will grow weary and allow it to brutalize Ukraine without consequence.
Why does it look like he just like farted and smelled his own fart and was like, whoa, you see that?
If you allow Ukraine to be carved up, is the independence of any nation secure? I'd respectfully suggest the answer is no. We know our future is bound to yours. Let me repeat that again. We know our future is bound to yours.
The goal of the present war against Ukraine is to turn our land, our people, our lives, our resources into a weapon against you, against the international rules-based order. Evil cannot be trusted. Ask Prigozhin if one bets on Putin's promises.
Zelensky says evil cannot be trusted. Look what Putin did to Prigozhin. Well, it's like, hey, dude, Prigozhin tried pulling regime change in Moscow and was like going there to kill Putin. So in the eyes of Putin, that would be evil. So yeah, evil cannot be trusted. And again, I think that's the first thing of truth I've heard this whole fucking video by anybody, is evil cannot be trusted. And Joe Biden and the military industrial complex is fucking evil. Joe Biden says, is the independence of any nation secure? And I would say, hey, maybe they would be if fucking the US stopped going into other countries and stopped trying to be the fucking world police, stop all this corrupt globalist bullshit that has fucked up this country. While making this video and seeing all the news coverage and watching the politicians speak, I did not really see one fucking person say anything that would be any kind of support or anything good for the well-being of the people in this country. We have a super bad border crisis. Like, even like the sanctuary states like New York and Chicago are freaking out now, and they're like having big problems over there. Fucking Texas is a mess, Arizona's a mess, and then the fucking fentanyl problem in this country is so fucking bad, but they won't even talk about these topics. Like, Biden won't even, like, I don't think, I was trying to find Biden talking about the border, and it's been 8 months since he's even said a fucking thing about it. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, honestly, these motherfuckers are so corrupt and evil. They don't have any interest but self-interest. They only try to enrich themselves and complete their fucking globalist plans, and it is fucking bullshit. And like the democracy of Ukraine's in martial law. They're not even having a fucking election this year. And honestly, what they're doing to Donald Trump, I'm not a Donald Trump guy at all. I didn't vote for him. But like, what they're doing to him, like honestly, what do you think's gonna happen in the future from now? If the Democrats lose, they know that the intelligence agencies and everything are just gonna go after them next. Therefore, they can't lose. Like Pelosi would probably end up in jail, Chuck Schumer, all these motherfuckers. Biden would end like Biden might end up in jail as well as Trump. But like, if our elections are going like this, they're trying to jail Trump, what do you think's gonna happen if the other side wins? So I think forever, our fucking democracy that is so fucking sacred to these motherfuckers, they try to act like it, is forever fucked. Because whatever side wins now is gonna start doing this banana republic shit where they fucking are putting their opponents in jail and doing this crazy bullshit nonsense that is happening now. I know I don't usually make videos like this, but let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I'm out of here. Fuck Joe Biden.
Meanwhile, Ukraine officials today downplayed the uncertainty over the funding, saying they're confident the U.S. would continue to support its war with Russia.